Could Kisame's sword Samehada bypass infinity? The way it works is that it cancels out jutsu. So then the question becomes, could it cancel out other verses' abilities? And this would depend on the energy systems within each verse that we're talking about. So in this versus match, we're talking about Gojo using cursed energy and Kisame using chakra. So could Kisame drain Gojo's chakra? Well, Samehada drains not only chakra, but energy in general. So all types of chakra. Like chakra is explained to be the energy itself early on in the series, and thereafter they call it energy or chakra. It's a common misconception that chakra isn't energy. In Naruto, it's explained that there's natural energy, 6 parts energy, physical and spiritual energy. So spiritual energy is described as any energy that comes from the mind. And cursed energy originates from negative emotions and therefore would be considered spiritual chakra or energy in Naruto terms. So now, Samehada just has to merely attack near a character to drain their energy from even the air itself. And it can also drain the energy from abilities like Rasengan or by attacking the characters as well. If Kisame attacked near Gojo, not at him, near him, Gojo would run out of cursed energy. And now we know what happens when a character in Jujutsu Kaisen has 0 cursed energy. They become like Toji, unable to use any Jujutsu or techniques. This means that Gojo would run out of energy, or cursed energy, and the infinity would drop. It's a sword cancelling ability, similar to Toji's cursed tools. Now, another thing about Samehada, depending on the type of energy it absorbs, it actually gets more stronger and has favoritism. The only energy that it didn't like was fire. So, in summary, this is what we've established so far. Samehada simultaneously cancels abilities whilst draining the energy of a character and the energy they put into their abilities. Samehada would function like a cursed tool if it was brought into the Jujutsu Kaisen verse, since chakra equals energy from the mind, including negative emotions, which is cursed energy, meaning the mind half of chakra is the same as cursed energy. So this is how I see the fight going down. Firstly, Samehada cancels infinity by absorbing all the cursed energy around, and Gojo, with his automatic infinity, would also be cancelled, and would lose to Samehada because in one slash it would remove the cursed energy Gojo puts into infinity, cancelling not only the ability, but also Gojo's cursed energy within him would slowly be drained until he has none, rendering him useless. A second thing is all of Gojo's abilities would be absorbed. Like if Gojo attempted to use purple, red, or blue, this would only be absorbed by Samehada, making it stronger, and basically it's free energy or things to absorb. Now, Kisame was stated to get stronger the stronger his opponent was, so Gojo's abilities would only multiply Kisame's stats by the amount absorbed. And thirdly, when Gojo loses energy, he drops his infinity to destroy his brain. Every time Gojo ran out of his cursed energy, like after using his domain expansion, which costs a lot of energy, he destroys his brain using reverse curse techniques to regenerate his cursed energy. Sukuna explains the more he does this, the more fatal it gets, and Gojo dropped Limitless periodically each time he recovers. And Gojo's limit was only 5 times before he died, so if Gojo ran out of cursed energy, it's basically game over. Lastly, let's say for some wild reason, Gojo manages to pull out a domain expansion and attempts to use Infinite Void, Samehada will cancel the ability while simultaneously absorbing all the energy infused into that domain, adding to its own energy reserves. So this means Gojo would have to resort to a fistfight, like taijutsu, whilst Kisame can still use all of his ninjutsu. This is why Might Guy was one of the few people that was perfect to deal with Kisame, a master of taijutsu, or physical only attacks. Because Kisame had an ability that basically cancelled hacks, which is just broken. And let's be real, Kisame outscales Gojo in almost all stats. Kisame pretty much would just 1-slash Gojo, and then solo the verse. Especially since Akutami stated Kakashi has more power than Gojo Sensei. Talking about part 1 Kakashi, Kisame claps. Because Kakashi, since like part 1, had chakra issues and inexperience with the Sharingan. So because the vast majority of the time, or the general Kakashi that's throughout the majority of the series, is a form of Kakashi that Kisame dunks on, the Jujutsu Kaisen author would also think that Kisame outscales Kakashi.